So we're about to start with ASP now. Okay, we were discussing about that ASP.NET uses VB script language. Last session I was talking on this, and today with architecture we'll try to discuss. We'll come up with how a server will respond to a file. To a file. Now, if it is containing server instructions, how does it respond? And if it is containing HTML related instructions, how does it respond? And what it does if it comes across with JavaScript related code in it. These are all things we will discuss now. First, how to identify that we are using VB script for classic ASP. So open and call inetmgr. That will open Internet Information Services Manager tool. Here it shows ASP. This is for ASP.NET. This is ASP. Right click. We have an option, script language, and it is mentioned. We are going to use what now? VB script. Okay, that is one confirm point. And what do we need as it for to run your ASP application? We require ASP.dll, which we call as what? ISAPI application. It is called ISAPI application. That is nothing but Internet Server Application Programming Interface. Internet Server Application Programming Interface. And how do you write code of ASP now? What are the server related instructions that we write for ASP? So server related instructions in ASP we mention in angle brackets and between two percentage symbols. So this is server script. Server script is identified by this. Server script. Less than percentage greater than. Okay. Plus, even in ASP.NET, we got few exclusive objects. ASP objects. And that includes all these things. Request, one object. Response, another object. Session, server, ASP error, and mm, object context, then application. All these are what? ASP objects. So request object will contain what? Request object. That which client will make to server. Client will request it to server. And when server returns output, that is in the form of response. Communicating means client communicates to server for some request and server returns output that you call response. So in response, there are few things to study that I'll explain you later. Now, here another important thing is how does this process of IIS server differentiates? How does it differentiate between these two things? Right? One is how it differentiates between HTML related instruction and server related instruction. Already you might have understood that server related code is always available. Server related code is always available. Where in what way it is available? So it is available between two percentages. Between two percentages. So now let's see when that ASP.dll, which we call as ISAPI. So how that ISAPI will come into usage or will come into picture for your data reading process. Those things we have to understand. Okay. And now, so first we'll come up with one simple architecture with a small example of how it makes a difference. And after that, we'll go with implementation. Okay. First, this is your browser now. Okay, this is your browser. Now, in this browser, you asked for this file, and before it, I'll draw here. This is your web server, IIS server. IIS server. That which you call web server. Web server. And now, client will request for this file. http://localhost/ demo asp1.asp. Important is extension. Based on that extension, now the file what this server is containing, that is demo asp1.asp. This file we have. And what this file will do is here. Process goes like this. Browser, client, Internet Explorer, Chrome, anything you get. Browser, client, Internet Explorer. So you're requesting for which file now? Demo ASP1.asp. It will straight away now goes to, this request will go to server. Yes. First it will go to server. After going to server, now what happens? From there, it will go to demo asp1.asp. It will go to that file because that file is available at server. Okay. And the moment it finds this file, now from this file, you have a file in server now. You have a file in server. So from this file, line by line, that too. Line by line. So I'll write here, line by line. Who will read that content? Line by line, who will read that content? Who will read? I write ASP engine. Who reads? ASP engine will read. Okay, that part I'll write here. ASP engine. How does it read? Line by line. What is that engine? What is the name of that engine? ASP.dll. So what do you say now? ASP engine reads the file. ASP engine reads the file. Okay, this arrow mark matters. Now ASP.dll is going to read. Okay, it reads. Okay, after that, what will happen? Now, from that line, when it reads line by Asha, what is it called? What is this ASP.dll called? It is called ISAP. That also I'll write. Okay. Now, second part of this is, now what happens? You have this content available. This content, what here? HTML body /body /HTML. Then you have paragraph, some data. And above this, you have heading 1, some data, /heading 1. Then you have percentage, some code, percentage greater than. Then you have heading 2, /heading 2. Then you have again percentage, percentage greater than. Then you have script, type equal to JavaScript. Then you have your tag closed here. Script. Yes, some content is available. Finally, I say this is some data available in our what? That file name. Which file? Demo asp1.asp file. demo asp1.asp in that file. Now what ISAP will do? What ISAP will do now? ISAP does this process. First, it finds heading line, one line. As it is, it will return this line to browser. Browser will execute that line, this line. So who will execute? I'll write here. Browser. This line will be executed by browser. Again, ISAP will come across second line. That is paragraph. Same thing. Without doing anything, server will return this line to browser and browser executes that line. Okay. This is also executed by browser. Third. Now we have server related instruction here. Third line I'm talking. Server related instruction. Now what server will do? Server will return response. It won't return that line. It will return response. It means output. What does it return? Response it will return. Output you can say. Response. And again it comes across heading it comes across. When it comes across with heading, and what this server will do now, without performing any operation, it will return to browser. And this line is executed by browser. And again we have one more line, server instruction. This one, server instruction. So because it is server instruction, so you can find the output is rendered. This is response. And again, server will come across with JavaScript code now. It comes across with what? JavaScript code. So when it comes across with JavaScript code, even now server will not do anything. It will return this code to browser. Browser will enable interpreter. Browser will, what it does? It will interpret and then execute that JavaScript code. Browser doesn't execute. It will be executed by whom? Interpreter. That is available in your every browser. JavaScript related interpreter. And that interpreter will execute what? JavaScript code. So here what happens? Browser activates interpreter, and interpreter goes with execution for this last part. Browser activates interpreter and it will execute the code. Interpreter will execute the code. That is what happens. And who will process these lines? Those things also will highlight. P for process, I'll write. Here, server instruction. Server will process this line. Server will process this line. This is what ASP engine does. So which file, how does it go for what execution? This process it will do. Okay, so let's see them. Exit from here. Now let's open Visual Studio. First, File, New, File. This is our first application that which we are going to make available for ASP. So, HTML page, click open. So what did I use? I didn't open ASP file. I opened HTML file, not ASP file. But now when it asks you to save, we'll save this first, save. It will ask you the path. Then you give the path of C drive, inetpub, www root. And in this root, I'll give a file name. Demo ASP1.asp. Click on save. What is the message? You don't have permissions to save in this location. Contact the administrator to obtain permission. No. So we don't want to store this in my documents folder. Rather, it should be in that same location. So I have to grant permissions for that folder. Let's try. Go there. C drive. inetpub. Right click. Properties. Then security. Users. We don't have permissions here. Click on edit. Users. Allow. Apply. Okay, let's try again. Now I gave privileges, permissions I gave. So save this again to the same location, C drive, inetpub, www root, file name. Demo asp1.asp. Click on save. It is saved now because permissions have been granted. You want to see whether this file is there or not? Manually go and check. C drive, inetpub, www root, demo asp1. Here it is mentioned asp file. Okay. Now what I will do? You want the content to be specified for server to execute. server to execute. So how server will run? Less than percentage response dot write, and I'll give a message info from server, info from server to browser through response object. Close this parenthesis, percentage greater than, break line, only to get that output in next line. Okay, let's save. Yes. Now, if I run my code, this is not HTML code. So if I run my code, I should get the output of this statement. HTML, what will happen? Whatever you write, exactly same thing will be transferred to browser. Exactly same thing. So for that, what to do now? Save this. Now execute. Open Internet Explorer. Okay. Now after opening this Internet Explorer, so I'll just change this all. Give me a second. To Internet option. Again open same application, Internet Explorer. What happened? File. Okay, so I just say now, here I say http colon slash slash localhost slash demo asp1.asp. Output is produced. And this is the response given by server to client. Means this is response.write. This has been executed by server. Executed by server. Okay, another interesting thing. Instead of writing response.write, shortcut, percentage, you want to display a message. Direct you can say equal to, and you can put your message. Info from server. Break line. Again percentage equal to. Now that should return you current system date and time. Okay, save. Go there, execute. Yes. So you don't need to write response dot write. That long statement is not needed. Response dot write has been substituted by just equal to. That equal to operator, if you keep, enough, it will understand. Okay. Close. Now there is no HTML related. You want to write HTML instructions also? Right. Heading here. Heading 2. HTML content through heading 2 tag. Yes. Now even I want to have break line. Internet Explorer. Type that same path. http://localhost demo asp1.asp. Yes. There is HTML content. The last three are server produced output. This is one file. Okay. Exactly same way. Going further. Again a new file. File, new file. HTML page. Open. Now what I'll do, I'll write first table border equals to 2. Okay, this is table tag. Under this table tag, I'll write table row. Under this table row, I'll write table data, and I'll give some message 18. Okay. Again table data star. Okay. Again table data 1. Yes. Again table data equal to. Again table data 18. But this is one basic code. And remember, save this file, please. Save. And you give your file name. Demo asp2.asp. Okay. Did I write any server instructions? Obviously not. No, we don't have any server instruction. It's only a matter of table row, table tag. If I run this code, server will not involve in it. Server will not involve in it. It will just return the code as it is to browser. So let's run. http://localhost demo asp2.asp. Demo asp2 2.asp. Yes, 18 into 1 equals to 18. There are no server instructions in it. It's a normal code, HTML code, but presented through table tag. Now what I need, I want these lines to be repeated for 10 times. So border, it will be only one. Row I want to repeat, row. So for that, now I write server instruction. Now I write server percentage for I equals to 1 to 10. Yes. And rule for loop in VB script is that for loop should be closed with percentage next. This is the closing tag of for loop. And how many times you want this to repeat? I say 10 times. This is the way how you write your for loop in VB script. Initial value, that is, sorry, lower bound and upper bound. Lower bound and upper bound. Now save. run this code. Yes, 10 times that message has been displayed. Same message. Important is not tag, important is for loop, server related instruction. Now what you need is, you don't want one here. In place of one, you want to have I value. I is server value now. For loop is executed by server, so I value is also server. So I should write server instruction percentage equal to one, you remove and substitute I, and close percentage and greater than symbol. But instead of writing response dot write, I just said equal to I. Save. Run. Now at least I should get 1 to 10. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 10. 1 to 10. But I want result here. So to get that result also, here I said 18 now. So you require to write again server instruction. Percentage equal to 18 into I, percentage greater than. But now let's see that I get that table. Yes. Now, keeping these things in view, going little further, we'll add one more file. File, new file, HTML page, open. Okay. Now, first what I need to do, hope you remember, we discussed about select tag. Select tag we discussed. Okay. Same tag I'm going to use now. Select. Okay. Select tag. That is nothing but drop down list it is. Drop down list. And in HTML you call what? Select tag. Now in this select tag, what do you need? Okay. What do you need? What exactly you're looking for? So we require to provide now server instruction with percentage. Here, percentage. Oh, I have to save now. Demo ASP 3.asp. Okay, now if I write percentage, yes, that yellow colored mark will appear for us. And what do you need? For I equals 1 to 31 percentage greater than, for loop should be closed with next. Yes, this is for loop. Where do you want these values to be added now? Into select tag. You want to add these values to where? Select tag. So to add these values to select tag, now we use option tag. Option. So option. In that option, close this option tag. And in this option tag, I want server instruction. And that server instruction is adding value of I. Yes, equal to I. Let's see how it works. Save. Third file it is. Internet Explorer. Then I write here. Here I say http://localhost demo ASP 3.asp. Yes, you have drop down list here with numbers filled in it. And what are the numbers filled in it? 1 to 31. 1 to 31. Now what I'm saying is, from that 1 to 31, I want to highlight that number from that list, which is today's date, which is what today's date. Currently, you might have noticed that if I run this file, I get output from 1. I get output from 1, 1. And if you click on drop down list, you'll have list of values available in it. But now what is my interest is, if I run my code, in the drop down list, it should show me not 1, rather it should show me the date. It should show me the date, today's date. That should be our value, which should be visible for us. That should be the value. That should be what? Visible for us. So what I should do now, just now I said like equal to now, just now I said will return you system date and time. I just now have demonstrated about it. Now we are writing that condition. Okay, here I write percentage. If in if I write I contains 1 to 31 value, now returns system date and time. From that system date and time, we want only date. So I write day of now. Day of now. Then, yes, this is the way how you write your if condition in your VB script. Then keyword compulsory. And another rule, when you write if condition, it requires even a closing. End if. Yes. Now save. Go back to that. Run the code. Yes, it shows today's date, 6th. Date. Just click on that and see, do we get 31 values? From that 31 values, do you get 6 or do you get only 6 in it? Yeah, we lost all other values. Only current date is visible. Only current date. Remaining all values we lost because of adding if condition. So I want even remaining values to be added. Remaining values to be added. Okay, let's go then. Here, if condition will have percentage else, and I'll copy same option here also. Same option. I copied here. Okay, let's say again, and we'll go and check what will happen. Same thing I added both the cases. True, false, both. There's a problem again. The moment I added same thing in else, here you have 1 to 31 values, but my date I lost. Now date is not getting selected. You want the selection, right? So here I should add for option. There is an option selected. Okay, save, come back to that file and execute your file. http colon slash slash localhost demo asp3.asp. 6 is highlighted and 1 to 31 values are the 6 is highlighted. 6 today's date is highlighted. To that we just want to apply a format. We want to apply a format. Bold, bold, execute. How does it work? Bold related. Throwing server error. What logic can apply? Oh, option. I hope that it will allow this one. Style equal to. I write here. What we have tried. Font weight equal to bold. File, new, file, HTML page, open. Let's write, select, option, style equal to, font, weight, colon, bold. Okay, this line we need there. Copy this, go there, paste here. Yes. Let's see whether it will apply at that or not. So we don't want this. Only for checking I use. Save. Go to Internet Explorer. Execute. No, it's not applying. Selected value is produced. That's it. Tomorrow we'll see how to make a communication from one ASP file to another ASP file. That part we'll discuss in tomorrow. That's it. We'll stop the session.